Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 6 in high definition.
Nevada has earned a dubious distinction, the #1 ranking in the nation for home foreclosures for 10 straight months. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. People in trouble are looking anywhere they can to try to find solutions.
That led to the creation of sort of a one-stop shop where homeowners could get information and hopefully some help. A mobile resource center was in Las Vegas today, and the response to it was overwhelming. Channel 8's Edward Lawrence reports.
The public library on Flamingo near Maryland became home foreclosure ground zero. No one expected about 650 people to show up for help.
So my house payment has gone up $1,000 more a month with the adjustable rate.
Harvey Brown was lucky. He arrived 1 hour before the doors opened. The line ended up snaking through the library hallway, clogging a stairwell, and going into the library itself. Each person desperate for help. 1 in every 154 homes in Nevada are in foreclosure. This line may be evidence of possibly more. Senator Harry Reid calls the situation a crisis. He set up this one-stop foreclosure help.
How many months are you down on your loan right now? 4? Okay.
Lenders, bankers, and mortgage counselors met one-on-one with people trying to avoid foreclosure.
I need you to make it happen, but is it just another 3%?
Brown bought his house about a year ago and had a fixed loan for only that year.
I was very aware of the type of loan I had. It was definitely a good loan for me at the time.
But his circumstances changed, and family problems left him stuck with a mortgage rate time bomb. Others, like Ulissa Cabrera, were told by lenders their struggle would only be temporary.
They promised us 2 years I could lower my interest.
But her lender misplaced her paperwork, and now she's stuck, in danger of being put on the streets with her 6 kids.
I can't even sleep no more.
Some people were able to be helped here. Others were directed to the right place. The mob here proof the foreclosure crisis has a human face. Edward Lawrence, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
The response was so overwhelming, Senator Reid is planning another foreclosure workshop in Las Vegas in January. The next stop for the mobile tour will be in the Pahrump Community Library. That's from 12 to 2 tomorrow. The rate of foreclosures in this state almost tripled in October '07 compared to last October. There were more than 6,600 foreclosures nationally, according to RealtyTrack. More than 224,000 foreclosures have been reported. RealtyTrack expects 2 million homes nationwide to enter foreclosure processes this year. For people looking to buy a home, hundreds of foreclosed homes will go on the auction block this Sunday. It takes place at the Ritz-Carlton at Lake Las Vegas. Noon. People can take a look at the properties up for auction on Saturday. Home values range from $64,000 to $678,000. Homes are sold as is with a down payment of $2,500 or 5% of the total selling price. To check out the properties that are up for sale, you can visit our website. We have a link, lasvegasnow.com.
This just into Eyewitness News. Darren Mack, the man who admitted to stabbing his wife and shooting the judge in Reno who was hearing their divorce case, is looking for new attorneys. Eyewitness News has confirmed that he fired his current lawyers today. That could create some questions about his upcoming sentencing in the case. You may remember Mack entered a plea deal in the case after a week of testimony in his trial here. The trial had been moved from Reno to Las Vegas to find an unbiased jury.
An armed robbery suspect was shot by a Metro police officer this morning. The man was suspected of trying to rob a gas station near Flamingo and Rainbow. Witnesses say he had a weapon. The suspect didn't get any money and ran when police were called. As he tried to hide behind a series of shops, an employee of one stepped out. There was a confrontation. Officers arrived, a fight ensued, and a shot was fired. The suspect was hit in the stomach. He's hospitalized tonight. This is the 14th officer-involved shooting by Metro this year.
Well, the goal is still to complete the renovation of the historic 5th Street School in downtown Las Vegas, despite a fire last night that caused hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage. This was the story Eyewitness News first brought you as breaking news last evening at 6. It's believed the fire was started by a homeless man who is now under arrest for trespassing. The school is at Las Vegas Boulevard and Clark. It had been closed for some time in the process of being renovated into a downtown cultural center. The fire has delayed that project. Today, though, Eyewitness News talked with some former students who feared the worst when they heard the old building was on fire.
I just want them to save it, and I want to thank the fire department for saving it and not letting it get torched all the way down, because it would not ever have been able to be put back to the way it was.
Took about 60 firefighters to get that fire under control. When students admit that they carry weapons to school because they fear for their own lives, something has to change. That's why hundreds of safety experts gathered in Las Vegas today for the first ever National Student Safety and Security Conference. Reporter Allison McCarthy joins us now with a look at some of the solutions this group is coming up with to try to keep our kids safe at school. Allison.
Gary, organizers of this two-day school safety conference say a national public outcry over campus violence is why this first of its kind event is being held.
Lessons learned the hard way. School shootings like Columbine and the Virginia Tech massacres provide essential insight for these experts from around the country who are now here in Las Vegas to develop a national plan to prevent school violence.
You've got to get there. You've got to stop the situation prior to it evolving and having more casualties.
More than 300 community leaders, school administrators, law enforcement, and other first responders will spend the next 2 days identifying the best practices for stamping out school violence in all of its forms.
We're very, very concerned,
including shootings, gangs, bullying, date rape, and even vandalism.
It's because it's been such an outcry. We're looking and we're seeing more agency from the government, the law enforcement, faith-based communities, school communities, all the different agencies and support agencies come together to try to address this issue.
School violence on American campuses has killed 180 students and injured more than 900 others since 2001. More than 6% of the students surveyed last year by the Centers for Disease Control admitted they've carried a weapon to school within the past 30 days for their own safety. Another 8% reported being threatened with a weapon. Among the solutions being discussed here are the need for greater communication and threat assessment on campus.
Assessing what your environment is in terms of safe, getting that information from the school to students, also getting that information from faculty.
This group's goal is to create a crisis management action plan to be used as a model by school communities around the country, with the hope that it will prevent more young lives from being lost.
And this is really something. For the first time ever in the United States, college students at Montclair State University in New Jersey are required to carry a cell phone with emergency GPS tracking with them everywhere they go on campus, Paula. That's what we're coming to in some cases.
Oh boy. Thanks, Allison. Some Clark County detention officers may soon have the authority to identify illegal immigrants. Metro has applied to have a partnership with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. Under the agreement, some detention officers would have access to a federal database of known immigration violators, allowing them to track those already in custody and new prisoners coming in. After serving their time, illegal immigrants would be turned over to ICE for possible deportation. Immigration over the past 7 years has set new records. More than 10 million immigrants have moved to the United States since 2000. More than half don't have legal status. The number is from the Center for Immigration Studies in Washington, which advocates reduced immigration. Border security first, economics second. That's what Fred Thompson said about immigration reform this afternoon. Thompson's in Las Vegas for a fundraiser this evening. He sat down for a one-on-one interview with our Jeff Gillen. A Tennessee Republican says the nation needs to secure its borders and enforce the law, even if a crackdown on illegal immigration hurts the economy.
But must economics be part of the equation? Do you have to be conscious of the fine line you may walk in terms of fixing immigration?
Well, you either fix it or you don't. You either make a commitment to stop illegal immigration to the extent that you can, or you don't. I don't see how you calibrate it that way, that we have a certain level of economic interest, so we'll have a certain level of law enforcement.
Thompson talked with Jeff about a number of topics. Watch Jeff Gillen's interview with Senator Fred Thompson tonight on News 1 at 9. That's 9 p.m. on Las Vegas 1, Cox Cable Channel 19.
Nevada Power and the Bureau of Land Management are at odds over a timetable for a proposed energy center in Ely. And now Nevada Power will push forward with a new natural gas power plant until the center is ready. Nevada Power hoped to build a coal plant similar to this one in Ely in 2008. Company officials say the BLM set a summer 2008 deadline for environmental studies to be complete. complete. BLM says that's all wrong. The Ely office tells Eyewitness News Nevada Power agreed to a 2009 deadline. That would push the project back by years. So in response, Nevada Power wants to build the gas power plant first.
The most important thing that we have to do is keep the lights on. That is our responsibility. That's our legal obligation.
Nevada Power says the confusion is the BLM's fault. Yakira said the BLM has produced nothing in writing about that 2009 deadline.
This is the second day of a special telethon here at Channel 8. We're pleased to be helping the Adoption Exchange in their annual Wednesday's Child effort to buy holiday gift cards for foster kids. Call 650-1101 if you can help.
See those phones there? We'd like to get them to ring.
Absolutely. And we'd like to have a really definitive forecast for you as we head through the upcoming weekend. But I do have a few questions and a few possibilities of what may or may not happen over the next couple of days. I'll detail what I know and what I don't know coming up on Eyewitness News at 6.
This portion of Eyewitness News in HD is brought to you by Cars.com.
This Friday and Saturday is Mervyn's Extreme 2-Day Sale. Save an extra 10% on everything. All day Friday and Saturday till 1 p.m. Plus, get Night Owl specials Friday from 3 till midnight and Early Birds Saturday from 6 a.m. to 1. Then save even more with 50% off holiday dress-up for her, 50 to 60% off all sleepwear for her, 50% off electronics, and Levi's at their lowest prices of the season. Mervyn's Extreme 2-Day Sale. Open till midnight.
Welcome to Lazy Boy.
Hi, I hear you sell sofas and stuff.
Yep, we're not just recliners.
My living room is not so comfortable.
Why don't you try this?
Hey, buddy.
Comfort, it's what we do. The holiday sale. Come in now for comfortable financing. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries.
Something strange happens to people this time of year. They look for reasons to buy a new Toyota. We call it the Toyotathon phenomenon. Lease a new Camry for $199 a month, or get 0% financing for 60 months or $3,000 cash back on Tundra, and get great cash back on a new 07 4Runner. There's never been a better time to get the new Toyota you've always wanted or needed. Hurry in. The Toyotathon phenomenon is going on now.
Divorce Holy War. From $1 million wedding to charges of attacking his famous evangelist wife in a parking lot.
Someone is lying. It's her.
Next in Set Edition.
Tonight at 6:30 only on Channel 8.
You're driving home from work to have supper with the family when a drunk driver hits you out of nowhere.
Don't count on insurance companies to help. I can help you get your life back.
Helping you to get your life back. Go Lightly and Associates, 222-3333.
Half off holiday gift certificates on LasVegasNow.com.
Well, it may be Thursday, but we're still going strong with our Wednesday's Child Telethon.
KLAS and the Adoption Exchange are hoping to give foster kids a happy holiday. Anchor Dave Courvoisier is heading up the project. He's in our phone bank.
Yeah, and we would like the phones to ring, Gary. Like you mentioned earlier, 650-1101. Whenever we ask for the phones to ring, they do. So we're hoping that you'll come through with a donation for us. You know, personally, I can't imagine ever when I was a kid being yanked from my home, put in another strange home, kept away from my parents. For whatever reason, this program focuses strictly on the kids and their needs this season. Foster kids are living with people they honestly don't know to start with. It's not easy. They're in limbo. They don't know what their future is going to be, but we'd like to put a little certainty in this season for them by letting them know that they have a $50 gift card that they can spend on themselves or on someone else that they love. And we're asking for your donation. You can use your Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and it is a tax-deductible donation through the Adoption Exchange. So please give us a call, 650-1101.
Thank you very much, Dave. Please call.
Control of the U.S. House of Representatives is up in the air again next year. One of the battleground seats is here in southern Nevada. Next on Eyewitness News at 6, meet the man who's trying to unseat incumbent John Porter.
Plus, there are some question marks about the weekend weather forecast. Gina will tell us what she knows and what she doesn't know when we get back.
Neighborhood weather on Eyewitness News in HD is brought to you by Finley Cadillac Saab.
Getting a good steak in Las Vegas isn't hard, but Friday morning will show you where to get a great steak in the Valley.
Finally.
Looking forward to that. We'll also preview Sunday's big Las Vegas Marathon. We start up at 5. Come see us.
When Dodge unveils the most exciting sales event of the year, we want everyone to know about it. Announcing the Dodge event of a lifetime. For a limited time, get 0% financing on 2008 models, all backed by our lifetime powertrain warranty. That's the best warranty in the business, bar none. But hurry to your Dodge dealer today, because while the warranty goes on for a lifetime, this event ends soon.
People have been asking, how did we get so much gain freshness in our new Slimmer Trimmer 2 times concentrated Ultra Gain? Well, we shrunk the bottle, not the scent. New Ultra Gain, longer lasting freshness in one small cap.
Zanzibar, the world's great magician. There was nothing he couldn't levitate. Things of slight and massive weight before your eyes. He'd make things rise, anything of any size. But then he knew his match was met when he could not raise. He could not raise the price of Embark high-speed internet.
Embark high-speed internet. Choose any speed for a price that won't go up. Starting at $19.95 a month. Embark, where common sense meets innovation.
Next Insider, drama after dancing, Elio's shocking split, and Marie's son out of rehab. Then our Oprah exclusive.
I was just wowed.
And inside all new Fat Camp. Next Insider.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 8. This portion of Eyewitness News in HD is brought to you by Tobin Dodge. This is Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 6 in high definition.
Longtime Clark County prosecutor wants a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. Robert Daskus officially announced that he's running for the seat in Nevada's 3rd Congressional District. This is Daskus' first run for public office. He's been a prosecutor here in Clark County for the past 12 years. Daskus is a Democrat trying to take away the seat from incumbent Republican John Porter, who's seeking his 4th term in the House.
I've come full circle. Back in 1984, I graduated from basic high school, and today, 23 years later, I return to announce my candidacy for the United States House of Representatives.
Nevada's 3rd Congressional District usually produces tight races because there's a nearly equal number of Democrats and Republicans. Porter won re-election last year, receiving less than 50% of the vote. Well, elections are nearly a year away, but already candidates are going after one another. Accusations are being thrown around in an upcoming race for a seat on the powerful Clark County Commission. I-Team political analyst John Ralston is here with that and more. Strip clubs, not again.
I'm afraid so. You know, they're pushing the G-Sting button already. It's a race for the county commission. There was all those indicted county commissioners. Valerie Weber is running as a Republican for Chip Maxfield's open seat. She came on face-to-face this week and went after Larry Brown, the Democratic city councilman, for taking money from the Olympic Garden. Well, that got the owner of the Olympic Garden, Doris Iliadis, very mad, and she came on to talk about Larry Brown.
He took it from my father. We all know my father's very political. We know he gives a lot of money to candidates. The issue is whether he gets favors in return, evidently. And you and I both know that most of the strip club owners have been investigated up the yin-yang in this state, and my father's never, his name's never been associated with anything.
Her father, of course, is Pete Iliadis, a well-known figure in this town. The irony here, Paul and Gary, is that she also brought up that Valerie Weber took money from, guess who? Pete Iliadis, when she was running for the assembly, from his cab company. He owns a cab company, too. So it was a pot calling the kettle black thing. And it's just getting started. It's a year away.
Is there a favorite in this yet? I
think you have to say that Larry Brown, the city councilman's the favorite. He just did a fundraiser just last night, hosted by Oscar Goodman and Rory Reed, raised $250,000. They're claiming he's got another big fundraiser coming up. He's going to overwhelm Valerie Weber with money. And you know what? Money does make a difference in these races.
It does.
Certainly does. Switching gears, another race kicked off today.
Yeah, the Robert Daskus race that we were just talking about. This is going to be very, very interesting. As you mentioned, John Porter only won by about 4,000 votes last time against Tessa Hafen. He was worried about being associated with the Republican administration. He's done some distancing now. George Bush's numbers are even worse than when John Porter ran before. But what kind of candidate is Robert Daskus going to be? This is going to be one of the most watched races in the country, Gary and Paul. A ton of money coming in, and you know, a lot of independent expenditures, TV commercials, so the general manager of this TV station will be very happy.
Yeah, I think the media is looking forward to next year.
Exactly right.
Everybody. All right, thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
You can watch John's show face-to-face on our cable station Las Vegas 1, Cox Cable Channel 19 every day.
Now, Channel 8 neighborhood weather with Gina Cancelleri.
Interesting weather over the next couple of days. We finished the day today, and here's a look at how it was from Iverson Elementary School. Started off with a lot of sunshine, then more clouds moved in throughout the day, and of course we will have a few more clouds as we move through the night tonight as well. Current temperature at Charleston and Hollywood, 52 degrees after topping off the day at 61. This is one of our warmest neighborhood weather networks in our system that I could find. Wind right now light out of the northeast at 2 miles per hour. Humidity 20%. Thanks to all the clouds out there in our atmosphere kind of filling up a little bit with moisture. High temperatures elsewhere around the valley does show East Cary reached 60 degrees. Same thing for East Sahara. But in general, most spots were in the mid to upper 50s for high temperatures today, thanks to the clouds out there that kept us a little cooler. Numbers down to the south a little warmer. Few more numbers in the 60s here. But again, in general, most spots did hit the upper 50s for high temperatures. Outside the valley, here's a look at the highs that we reached today. Laughlin, 66 degrees. I know Sandy Valley says 32, but trust me, it got warmer. There we go. 57 degrees is the high temperature it was today. Lake Mead, 59 for a high temperature. And again, most spots were in the 50s thanks to the clouds that were sitting over us, still sitting over us as we move through the hour right now. So let's take a look at the satellite and show you what I'm talking about here. Here it is. Clouds down to the south, still coming up from an area of low pressure that continues to spin and rotate. I thought the system would be gone, but it's not. It's still hanging on here for another system to slide down and move it out. The other system is way up here in the corner in the Pacific Northwest. It's still trying to gain energy. As it does, it may pick up a little bit of moisture. But here's the moisture associated with the system down to our south. You can see there's enough there to produce some rain in Arizona, New Mexico, and even El Paso, Texas. Now, the next storm that I'm talking about is still sitting off in the Pacific Northwest. A few isolated showers, a few flurries in the higher elevations here in association with that system. The big question is, will this system, as we approach the weekend, hold itself together and bring us rain? And the answer that I can give you, that I believe in, is no. I don't think it's going to happen. Here's a look at the forecast as we head through the day tomorrow. As that system approaches, we will have a good wind picking up, especially tomorrow afternoon, and clouds will be sticking around too. So high temperatures will be very similar to what we saw today, but it may feel cooler thanks to that wind out there blowing about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then as we move through the next couple of days, of course, there's a sunrise and sunset. As you know, the days are getting shorter. As we move through the end of the week, more clouds are coming into the picture. The wind will pick up as we move into Saturday and Sunday. And still, I believe there is no chance we will see rain here in the valley. It's possible on the outskirts of the valley, even into Arizona. They could see some rain there, but I don't think it's going to happen here. All right. Thanks, Gina. You're welcome.
And Chris will be happy about that because he's out of Mandalay Bay where the marathon will be run on Sunday morning. Chris.
Well, thank you very much. We're going to run through sports as Las Vegas gets set for the Las Vegas Marathon. This race just continues to grow. We'll come back and visit with the guy who has all the answers in regards to those elite athletes. That's coming up. Plus, the Cowboys have saddled up with the Packers. Why can't most of America's football fans watch this game, especially here in Las Vegas? That story's coming up next right here on Channel 8.